How is everyone doing today? It is September 3rd of 2022 and we so far have 6 tomato videos up, 2 more already made and 2 more ready to be made. But through it all, we haven't done a single pepper video. We have lots of peppers coming on. Our pepper season this year has been stunted back a little bit, but they're here and we're ready to start doing our pepper videos. So the first pepper video that I want to put together for this season is going to be about a pepper that you won't find the seeds for. This one right here, we call it the Carrot Cross. In 2020, when we grew our garden out, we grew lemon spice jalapeno seeds from our own seeds. Or no, we grew courbaki out, which is a sweet pepper. Let me show you. This is the courbaki right here. Back here, there's some more courbaki. But from the 2019 season, it had been crossed with a lemon spice jalapeno. That's what we determined it was crossed with. And it produced these peppers that were like carrots. So the past couple years, the 2021 season, 2020, 2021, and now this season, we have tried to grow it again. It's just a random cross in our yard. The seeds that we're growing from are F2, which is the second generation after the cross, which will have the most variation. What we're looking for is a pepper that looks a lot like a carrot. Let me pull this one off right here. I probably won't save seeds on this one because it's not a pod that I'm really excited about. I'm looking for one that looks most similar to the one that came from the original cross. This one's pretty close, but see how it's bent a little bit. And I also don't like when they do this dimpling. It's almost like fingerprinting on it and stuff. I noticed that some of the ones that we've been able to grow have come out a lot different. Look at this one right here. These are on the same plant. And after going green, they will turn like a orange, like a bright orange. It looks like a carrot that's straight up and down. So what we've been doing the past 2 seasons is growing from the F2 generation that we got from 2020. We call it the Carrot Cross because it looks like a carrot. It's a cross between a courbaki and a lemon spice jalapeno. But it would be a really great pepper for low heat, possibly pickling and salsas and stuff. I'm not sure how much heat this one will have on it. The skin does feel pretty thin. I'm going to take this in and show you guys this pepper. But more or less, the whole video is more about, what would you say, about growing something unique in your yard. So this one right here, won't save seeds probably from it. Have a bunch of seeds from the F2 generation. Unless some of these grow right. Look at this other plant back here. This is another one. It looks like looks like Gollum's finger. But yeah, just really cool shapes. The main reason I like to grow in the yard, or one of the main motivations that keeps me growing in the yard, is just seeing something unique, something you don't really see anywhere else, or too often locally, and really just chasing that fun of finding something really cool out in the yard. So these ones have been really cool. Even if we don't save seeds on them the past couple seasons, other than that first cross, we really like growing this one. It usually has a good flavor. Sometimes it heats up a little bit or down a little bit. It's always more mild than a jalapeno, though, being that it came from a sweet pepper and a semi-hot pepper, a jalapeno. Both were really great types, so we really like the flavor of it and stuff, and we wanted to keep it going, but we don't want to relay an ugly pod or something that we wouldn't grow in our yard constantly. So we always throw, the past couple of years, we've thrown a couple of these. Every year we throw quite a few. We've grown across from Midwest Gardens yard before in our yard. We did that one for about 4 years, and we still have seeds on that one, and we'll be doing it again probably next year. There's a Canadian gardener, Mary Curry, that we had grown a cross from her before too and have seeds from. But sometimes we like the heirlooms, we like the established varieties, we like all the cool names and colors and everything. We cluster garden so much though that we have a higher percent chance of getting across. Look at this pepper wall. The sun's hitting it pretty bright right now. This one ended up down here in the corner. It's starting to produce peppers. It may take a while, and just wanted to take this in, show it to you guys a little bit more, and remind you that like sometimes in order to keep motivated out in the yard, you got to keep searching for the unique, and this is a really, really unique, cool pepper, and glad to have grown it this year. So catch you guys in just a second. All right, so this, in a little bit perspective, this is what we're calling the carrot cross. It come from our 2020 Courbacchi seeds that ended up being crossed with the lemon spice jalapeno. This is a small version, but this is a lemon spice jalapeno right here, our favorite jalapeno for flavor. A really, really excellent type of pepper. We have this doing really good in our yard right now. And this is a Courbacchi. It's actually just a sweet pepper. So this mother plant crossed with this father plant of the jalapeno. That means the pollen from the flowers on this one somehow got to the plant with the flowers on this one and created this pepper. We've seen them come out quite a few different shapes. I know that you've probably seen a few on the plant already that were almost finger-like shape. This one looks like a finger a little bit. But we're looking for the ones in the F2 generation. F1 means it would be the firstborn of the cross. So like you would have a cross happen in your yard. It would be like one type of pepper would cross with the other type of pepper. It also works the same with tomatoes, but they're self-pollinating flowers, but sometimes wind or pollinators and stuff can cause them to cross. Once they cross like that, the first generation of seeds that comes is called the F1 generation. I believe it's filial for firstborn. And then the generation before that would be the parental generation, the two that crossed. So the F1 generation is the firstborn generation. And once those seeds are grown out, the F2 generation, that's the one that should have the most variation, where it'll try to lean back towards these two types generally, or come up with something, you know, out of the ordinary and unique. This one right here, I don't like it. I can already feel that it has a thin skin. This one might have been left on a little bit too long though. Our growing situation every year is always clustered and stressed out, so none of our grows are like they should be, but this is a really, really good pepper, even if the pods ain't the ones that we want. So that F2 generation of seeds that we're holding on to right now will have the highest variation in the pods when we grow them. Usually when you want an established variety, you grow it out several generations. Right now we don't really look for that. We just are growing anything that unique we can find in the yard. If we start to see some of these from the batch of seeds that we have that are F2 that are looking like carrot, it looks really orange in this light, and I think it did pretty good outside too. I think it looked redder outside, and it just gets this really, really bright orange. Some of the pods are extremely straight. They fill up really big, and it looks just like a carrot. And being it come from the 2020 season with the whole pandemic and everything else that happened during that time frame, it was just kind of a rare treat to find in the yard. We love the Courbacchi. It's probably in our top 3 of sweet peppers. We really, really love the jalapeno. It's our favorite jalapeno and might even be in our top 3 to 5 for overall types of peppers that we like. So the fact that they crossed and produced something that was pretty cool was what I mostly want to show everybody. That's what I want to speak for myself mostly, so I don't feel like I'm trying to talk for anybody else or seeming pretentious. But I just, I really, really, really am addicted to going out in the yard and seeing cool things. I like taking these in. I am not a heat fan at all, but to sit down and share this unique experience with everybody is really, really cool. I'll cut this one a little bit. I'll actually even try this one probably, but the placenta and the seeds generally will contain the most amount of heat. The walls are really thin on this one. They're not super thin, not scary thin, and it might have just been ripened too much. But some of the pods that I've seen come from this cross have been really, really cool looking. Better than this one even. Has a lot of sweet at the end. you want to try some of it?
Yeah.
A little bit of heat came in that one. That one's got a seed in it.
That's okay.
That
It is
heat's
spicy.
sneaky, huh?
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of a jalapeno. The heat and a little bit of the flavor also. If I would have had an end piece with some sweetness, it would have been probably would have reminded me more of these, because these are really sweet with some heat. I like them. It's my favorite jalapeno. But yeah, it definitely has some of that jalapeno flavor with the heat. The heat hit me pretty quickly. It's not too hot though, so it's probably the level that I would enjoy, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of really hot, but I do like spicy peppers. This one tasted good. I like it.
Yeah, it's got a really, really good flavor. I've noticed that when they're thicker walled and stuff like that too, it also, it's just an overall well-rounded, crispier, better pepper. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this pepper. There's a whole bunch more producing out there in the yard right now. The biggest problem with it is where it's at. It ended up end of the line as one of our most negligent grows this year, probably you might call it. But got this one in. We'll probably cut this one up, and cut this one up, and mix those into a salsa mix we're going to throw together with a bunch of the tomatoes we have going.
Okay.
So the tomato videos are flying out. The pepper videos are coming up. Almost surely going to do a video on this one later.
Yeah, we've got some more out there. We're just waiting for them to ripen.
And super excited, almost ready to do a video on this one. We've missed out on this one the past couple of years. Like I was saying, we had saved seeds from one of these a few years ago and grew out from those seeds, and that's what we came up with. And so we've been missing the Kourbaki altogether. And whereas this one right here, we've kept on regrowing in our yard. So we're going to definitely save seeds from everything that we grow in our yard that's, you know, worthy of saving seeds from. But this we're calling the Carrot Cross. It is September 3rd of 2022, and I'll just take you outside for one last look. Love you guys. All right, so that was really good. Let me see, come around this way. This is our pepper wall right here. We got some of the jalapenos here, and the jalapenos here, Kourbaki here, and Kourbaki back here. All of this is crowding in this little shadow space back here where we got the plant. We got two of them in a 5-gallon bucket right here. Usually out here at the edge too, for the peppers, the ones that get neglected the most end up out here a lot of times, and they can get sick really, really easy or get infestations, things like that. The thing is this is got the productivity of a jalapeno plant or a Kourbaki plant, and it's got the flavor, a little bit of a jalapeno and a little bit of the sweet Kourbaki. So if you're not a big fan of heat, I did get a little bit of heat off the one that I'd eaten, but it just is really, really mild, but it does have a little bit of the linger. We always try to judge heat based on thunder and lightning. The lightning is the first bite of heat that you get that hits really, really quick and strong. And then the thunder heat is a type of heat that kind of lingers. Jalapenos, for instance, scare us more than most of the hot peppers, the hotter ones do, because of the fact that they just, when they start roasting you, they just start roasting, and we're really, really big wimps in heat. So, but got quite a few more peppers. We're already into September, so this is like our last bonus round month for growing. Like I was saying, the yard's been a little bit neglected, but there's quite a few on here. So even if we don't produce a pod that we find worth saving seeds, I really like this one right here. It's really straight. It's almost got like bumps, like you would say downward, like a carrot might have. So if that one turns out really, really good, that's the one that I'm going to keep a hold of. But just a reminder to keep searching for the unique out in your yards. This is the Carrot Cross, September 3rd of 2022, and love you guys. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching. All right, these are for the seed saving. There's some of our extra tomato chunks. Some onion greens that we have set aside. Those are from the yard, I believe.
Yeah.
And then we got some pieces of garlic, some peppers, and we're going to just mix them up in the food processor. This isn't the best stuff that we make by a long shot. This is quick stuff that we make. So as we run into a bunch of excess and stuff like that, we just grab a couple things here and there to throw into it and get it done. So be throwing this all into the processor to make a salsa. We're a little under the weather this weekend, so we are staying home, gonna make some salsa, sit back, watch some shows, and try to feel better. So love you guys, and we'll catch you next time.